Hey, everybody, welcome back to some more Lord of the Rings Online. We are on our war steed, currently traveling through the Dunlendings. We are just outside Woodhurst. I decided just to come here instead of traveling in episode because it's like 1,000 meters plus to get over here from Stoke, so I thought it would be nicer just to get here in the first place. We have a quest that is going to be, travel to the entrance, which we are doing right this second. It looks like we have our friends here. We have arrived at Woodhurst in the Dunlendings. We got a deed for that, so we will hold off on that one for the moment. We have to talk to Nona and Horn, and before we get into that, we do also have our Hobbit gift of the day, which we will quickly have a look at. It's going to be a combat run speed boost, which is never really useful because we already have that by default. What do you have as a quest?
The Rohirrim will need your aid.
Okay, so you want me to go back to Edoras to talk to Gandalf. Okay. We know how accepting one quest goes, considering the last episode, but we will hold off on those for now. We'll do what we have to do here first.
This looks like any other village of the Horse Lords to me.
Okay, and Horn when we eventually speed up.
So near to Dunland, many of the folk of this town share ancestry with the Dunlending tribes.
Perhaps no, we'll be able to find a place here when it all is through. That's nice that you're thinking about the future. Is there a stable master here? Yes, there is. We will make sure we visit that guy first. Right. Stable master. Perfect.
I do not know if we will survive.
So we can get back to Edoras and places very quickly now, and hopefully travel back from Edoras to here very quickly as well. We are going to have to go to talk to Brient in the hideout of the outskirts of Woodhurst. So very open like area, so it's going to be over here, is it? I'm going to get off our war steed. So this is the farmhouse. Is this maybe where it is? It looks like it is. We got Callan. Anybody behind here? We got a basement. Okay, so here we are. You're a widow of Reeve Heremond.
The blood of the hill tribes flows through me, but they are no longer my people.
My husband has finally succumbed to death, but I cannot properly mourn for him. I must mourn for our city, for it is held in the grip of the Dunlending invaders. The blood of the hill tribes flows through my veins, but they are no longer my people. Talk to Herobrand in the hideout outside, on the outskirts of Woodhurst. Right over here.
You wish to help? Good.
So we need to defeat 10 Dunlending invaders throughout the Dunlendings. Hopefully they aren't too difficult to find. So we need to kill 10 Dunlending invaders, which looks like they are pretty thoroughly spread out. I guess they're in some buildings, possibly. It looks like this place has kind of been invaded, possibly. That's at least the vibe I'm getting from it, but we will see. I'm going to go to like this place here. I guess the inn maybe has some in there. Or why am I getting like a quest ring to go in here? Huh. Not sure. Like there definitely is, like I'm pressing tab and stuff, so it's definitely not like that. But yeah, there's quest rings obviously to go to these places, so it looks like there may be like supposed to be people here that have invaded and they're like in the locations. I'll have a look at this one. If it's not, then I will just go around these areas, and supposedly this area has quite a few in there, but this mead hall looks like there might have some near or in. Not sure, really. Do not have the corresponding quest, so we definitely can't go in there yet. So is it maybe behind here? No, it looks like it's definitely that building. Okay, so we'll ignore those for the moment then. We'll get on our war steed and we'll head out sort of into this wider area. If there's nothing here, we'll head over to like here. I think that's probably the closest. Or we could probably go to Brockbridge and get the stable master there. But if it's anything, you know, if this area doesn't have any enemies, we can assume that that might not either. So I'm going to be pressing tab pretty occasionally just to see if we can get any enemies on our radar whilst keeping the map open. Aha, see, Dunlending Ruffian. So this area seems to be, I see. So this is kind of more an outside area that has been taken over. There is a chest here as well. And these are level 91, so they are humanoids, which means they will also drop legendary items, possibly. I don't think we'll get a hunter level 91 bow or sword, and even if we do, we won't be able to use it for a significant amount of time, 4 levels time in fact. But we will see sort of how it goes. We might get something, you never know. I'm also going to check this wooden chest, because wooden chests are actually fairly good for resources occasionally. So we got some crit items, some lesser resolute mace of fate, an emerald, and some walnut wood, which is always nice. So yeah, backpacks, chests, and stuff like that are always quite good for kind of on-level materials. And occasionally potions as well. You are not in my line of sight because this pole, I assume, or this thing is in the way. Nonetheless, I think we should be good. It's relatively easy to get rid of these guys. They're not very difficult. Let's have a look at this backpack. That was mainly just money, which 145 silver, that is actually, you know, pretty good, honestly. But not amazing. XP wise, we're not actually getting much from these guys though, so we are kind of losing a little bit on that, but they are again humanoids and they can drop quite good stuff if we're lucky. Come on. One more. Just the one. You're gonna be my final participant. Thank you. Okay, talk to Herobrand in the hideout on the outskirts of Woodhurst. So we will need to travel back. We'll get on our regular steed, I think. And that will just make things a little bit easier. We'll be a little bit slower, but it's easier to maneuver around, at the very least. Right, I have done that for you.
The Dunlendings cannot defeat us. Me and my son. We are invincible.
You might want to get a mirror in front of yourself. I actually completely forgot we were getting new armor out of this quest, so that's quite good. I think we said we were going to go with the Fate because we're still getting an increase in agility. We're increasing total vitality because that's 4 health per vitality, and we're getting 171, so that's well over like 500, 600. And then Fate obviously is in combat morale and power regen. So
it is true. An old Soothsayer lives among the mounds and speaks words of prophecy.
She has foretold I will die at Orchid's hands, but as will my firstborn son. He laughs boisterously. Let's go talk to Horn then. Actually, let's make sure we remember to equip this, because we always forget. And let's have a look at this mace. That's actually pretty good. 93 level, also it's a mace, so it's not a huge thing for us. Plus, stats aren't the best for us. I mean, Fate is really good. Vitality is nice, but we don't really need will all that much. We more need agility. If that was agility, vitality, and Fate, that would have been perfect. And also not a mace, because I'm not a huge fan of maces, if I'm honest. So where's this Soothsayer hold up to then? It said something about a mound. So over here, sort of just outside. Oh no, we're talking to Horn first. That was it. I thought we were talking to that Soothsayer.
Herobrand is a fool to believe the words of this Soothsayer.
Well, let's hope that, because otherwise he's gonna die. His wife thinks he's died, supposedly. She was saying something, he's succumbed to death, but he's very much alive at the moment.
A soothsayer lives in this land? I am filled with delight.
Such folk truly possess the power of foretelling the tales. Do you remember the dream that drew us across the mountain? We could not fathom this meaning, but soothsayers such as the one Herobrand speaks is more skilled at reading such visions than the likes of us. Return to Herobrand and humbly beg him to bring us before the Soothsayer. She can tell us much. So we've got a little bit of conflict here, I'm guessing, where Horn doesn't exactly trust in it, and Nona's a little bit more hopeful about a Soothsayer. So, Herobrand.
Let us see what Hildegard has to say of your own future.
Hildegard. Okay, this is a solo quest and cannot be completed with a fellowship. Luckily for us, we do not have a fellowship that we would try and complete it with. We are going to travel now, and we'll see how long this instance takes, or solo quest, because that might be it for the day, or we might do something else on top of it, depending on how long it takes. But enough of me wasting time. Let's get into this.
Rubbish and nonsense. Herobrand may believe the words of this soothsayer, but I will not fall for her trickery.
Okay, so he is very much against it. So I feel like we're going to have a bit of conflict, as I said, over in this. So Herobrand, you seem alright enough to stand. Hopefully that's good for us. So let us see. Follow Herobrand to meet the soothsayer Hildegard. Mind your feet, she is not accustomed to the dark, as we are not. Oh, she is accustomed to the dark, as we are not. Remember, friends, be courteous. Yes, Horn. Horn. You're going to be our issue here, if anything. Hopefully she can see that we're not alone. You bring your son, Herefar? He speaks sparingly. Please. No, I bring friends from afar. Oh, we're gonna have to introduce ourselves. How nice. Many are the roads you walked to get here, and many more you will walk before your last given rest. I can very much agree with that, I think. May I ask what adventuring discipline you call your own? I am the most skilled of hunters. I am a decent hunter, nothing more. I have nothing to say. I'm a decent hunter. There's better hunters than me. I'm gonna be cocky though. I'm gonna say I'm the most skilled of hunters. She looks at you silently, the corner of her mouth turned upwards in amusement. No, let's do a different one. I have nothing to... Oh, she's literally like... Okay. Literally no difference. You're a hunter of great skill, however, but it is unnecessary. What is it? It is not unseemly to say so. Your arrows fly true and hit even the smallest of marks. You will save many folk from death from the contents of a single quiver. What is your name, doubting one? Hildegard looks at you curiously. Her face is quite masking. You cannot tell it's behind her calm expression. I did not bring you before Hildegard, so you might insult the woman. Do not worry. Worry not, Herobrand. I am not offended by disbelief. Favela, do you believe in my gift? I mean... everything you said so far is kind of generic. I will believe her. I will be nice. I will say that. Her expression, a mystery. Thank you for the kindness, Tavelad. Most of my kingsmen do not believe in such things. Herobrand is unusual in that regard and in others. I know the truth of your gift, Hildegard. My people are well versed in such mysteries. Wanda simply does not understand. Oh. What's going to be happening with Nona? Her fortune foretold. Yeah, Horn, just for once, be a little bit quiet. Okay. Horn? This woman speaks in riddles and rubbish. If she has knowledge of days to come, why does she not spell it for us plain? Were she to do that, perhaps I would give her my belief, but until then, I remain unconvinced. Listen to Horn and Hildegard's confrontation. You aren't going to mess this up for us, Horn. Don't do this. What was that? Thought I heard something opening. Yes, we've heard that story as well. I think from Horn as well. Ah, this will be a true test here. Damn it, Horn. You got backed into a corner and you fled. Okay, either way. Hildegard stands unblinking, but does not appear to see you any longer. Yeah. But I might have chosen but I might have chosen one less stubborn from out of all the kingdoms of men. I see a great battle. A vast army marches outside the walls. I see a white horse penned by shadows. We know whose horse that is. Your love lies upon broken ground, his shield shattered. I see death. But who for? The list of dead is long, the minstrels mourn. Hildegard, what can we do? What can we do? Try and change the future. She stands upright, staring forward sightlessly. She still breathes, but no longer appears to see either you or Nona. Well, that went well, didn't it? Let us see what we have to say to Horn, and then I think we'll be finished for today. Right, Horn, you need to be less confrontational with the whole thing.
We must do something. I need time to think.
Hildegard is as powerful as I hoped, and now I wish she was not. Her words gave shape to the grim tomorrow, and I do not want to believe it will come to pass. Am I to lose Horn as I lost my brother? At least she's not like completely like throwing him to the side.
Rubbish and lies.
A woman, the words of that woman prey on the fears and hopes of all who listen to her. Herobrand is a fool if he believes him to be invincible on account of Hildegard's witless ramblings. I cannot believe Nona sets any stock upon the words of this woman. She has my heart always, but I am saddened by her belief in this nonsense. Talk to Herobrand in his hideout in Woodhurst, and then we will be done for the day.
Now do you understand?
She seems to speak some interesting stuff. I'll give her that at the very least. Don't know if I fully believe everything though. Oh, so we have a silver ring. I honestly don't know what that is. Is that we're too low a level? Could that be it? Because like, there's transparent ring, which is like... Oh, I just realized that's Heramond and Herobrand. They are different people. Okay, I was a little confused why she was mourning for this guy that was here. Does make sense now. I was thinking I was a little bit wrong with that. Yeah, we must, like, if you're too over-leveled, it's like a transparent ring, and you can also turn those off in the options. This one seems to be just... You can still see it. It's kind of burning... But that, what I can only assume from that is maybe I'm too low a level. I will have to look into that. If so, we might have to do some leveling for an episode, or we'll have to postpone this stuff and then go back to like Ossoli, I think that was what it was called, and carry on our stuff there, because we're only at the beginning of level 87. So if we need to get to like level 90, for example, it's going to take a while. Even if I constantly am doing skirmishes to level, it's going to take quite a long time. So I'm not sure the best way of getting about this. So I will have to look into it. But for now, we will end off here. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. And I'll see you in the next episode, where hopefully I'll have worked out what I'm doing with this quest ring issue. So thanks for watching, and bye-bye.